with apologies to George Lucas. Try, or try. There is no fail. Hey, my friends, I've had a fantastic week. In my screenwriting class, my students are starting to submit the log lines for the stories that they want to work on. Just brief summaries of the things that are coming into their head that they're going to explore over the next 10 weeks or so, and hopefully beyond that. And so it's been brilliant to watch these people come up with stories completely de novo, completely off the top of their head in a lot of cases, and try to best they can construct a summary of what the primary character, what the protagonist of their story is going to do, what the struggles are they'll face, the challenges they've brought into their own life and through various sources of conflict, and what they're going to strive to achieve. I am so incredibly humbled that my students trust me enough to, one, sign up for the class, two, share their ideas, and three, don't take any feedback that I give them as a personal attack on their skills. It's feedback is never, well, ideally, is never personal. You know, I strive for that. I strive to make sure that people understand when I give feedback, I am talking about the work itself, the story. And I'm not even criticizing anything so much as offering insights on areas they might be able to explore. You know, I do the same thing for my clients. And had a client send me a short screenplay recently, and I was able to provide several pages of feedback, like 2.5, 3 pages of feedback on an 8-page screenplay. So, you know, it's a brilliant thing for me to be able to do this, for me to be able to share these things, for me to just receive these things. Last night, I was at a storytelling show here in Toronto at Free Times Cafe. And I got to meet a couple strangers that I've never spoken to before, one of whom was going up on stage that last night and presenting a story before an audience for the first time. First time for them on stage, first time for them to present this story publicly. He'd taken screenwriting classes before, including the one I am in now. But it's different. It's different when you get in front of an audience. You hopefully develop a sense of comfort in your class, that your classmates are there to help you, that your instructor is there to help you. But to present in front of an audience is its own thing. But again, as I've said in the past, the storytelling audiences, the improv audiences in Toronto and everywhere else I've been are incredibly supportive, right? Audiences generally want you to succeed. They look at you on stage and they're just like, I could never do that. And the the reality is, yeah, they totally could. So, you know, it was great to see him go up there. Like I said, I didn't know this guy before the show. To go up there and present his story, get the laughs, get the applause, get the moments. And then have him come back. You could see in his body language the rush he was feeling in that moment. You know, he was sitting at my table, so I was able, when he sat back down, I was able to, you know, pat him on the shoulder and go, "Great job. Well, way to go. You know, you did it. That's so cool." But it's not just for novices, right? Most of my screenwriting students, this will be the first screenplay they've ever written. This guy last night, this one particular guy last night, it was the first time he told a story live on stage in front of an audience. But one of the other storytellers last night, actually a couple of the other storytellers last night were friends of mine who are well versed in the storytelling community, are well respected, and I greatly love and respect both of them. But one in particular, as I was talking to him afterwards and congratulating him at the break on a lovely story, and we were chatting about a couple other things, he suggested this was the first time he had ever told this particular story. So there's always this thing of like, how's it going to go? What have I got? Have I got it in my head, straight in my head, so I can present it in a great way to the audience? And he's been doing this. He was a career stand-up comedian. He's a comedy writer for television in the past. He's been storytelling forever. He would argue, and he's embarrassed by his resume because it's so laudatory. Um, Even he got a little bit nervous about this idea of presenting this thing. It's new. Anytime you're doing something new, there's always going to be a certain degree of tension. I don't care how seasoned you are. There's going to be a certain degree of tension of like, oh my God, is this going to be received well? Is this, can I do this? Am I going to be able to bring this off? And yet the reality is the more you do it, the more apt you are to succeed. That the anxiety quells quickly because once you get on stage, it just starts to happen. And you develop a muscle memory of being able to just adapt on the fly, right? My experience in 2 decades of doing improv has set me up well to be able to adapt my story as I present them to an audience or to a classroom or whatever. And again, I get to test that. I get to challenge myself with that every week in the class I'm taking. Plus, eagerly anticipating the next shows that I'm going to be participating in. So try. There is no try not. Try. And try. Because there is no fail. There are things you will do where you desire specific outcomes. Work, has its own pressures. So I get that, where you do need to achieve something. But realistically, until you try it, you're not going to know if it's going to work. So you have to try it. Because the alternative is to not do anything. And you're still no further ahead at the end of the day. So I invite you to go out and to do the things that bring you joy. Do the things that challenge you. Do the things that scare the hell out of you, potentially. Stay physically safe and emotionally safe and keep your mental health in check best you can. But challenge yourself. Push yourself. Try new things. I mean, the videos are new to me, so they're full of no doubt flaws. I could be doing this better, but I keep doing it, and everyone's going to be a little bit better than the previous one. So challenge yourself. Get out there and share your stuff. Let other people see the amazing things you're doing, even if you're not ecstatic about the outcome. For these videos, this is a one take, clearly, because, this does not look rehearsed, because it is not. But, in the middle of the recording, if I feel like I've completely flubbed what I want to say, I can turn off the recording and then I can start it again and begin the process over. I keep trying. You should keep trying. You should keep exploring. So hopefully, this incentivizes you to experiment, to try things, to be willing to fail in the knowledge that there is no failure, that there is only a step in the process, a learning opportunity. Not everything you're going to try is going to be satisfactory to you, is going to be fulfilling to you. So you don't have to keep doing that. You can try something else, but try. Put the effort in. So I'm sorry, Yoda, but there is try. It's all we really have, honestly. So anyways, I'll leave some comments around this video. I'll leave some information. I'm not plugging anything right now, so I might just plug other people. Get out there, do the thing. If you are currently trying things, leave a comment and just let me know what you're trying to do or what you've succeeded in doing. Share your successes, share your attempts, share the times you've run full tilt into a brick wall. And of course, share this video. I'm confident you know people who need to hear this message, that it's okay to try. It's okay to fail because it's not a failure. So share the message, subscribe to the series. Let other people know this series exists, and hopefully it will help motivate them as well. But again, share your own experiences, and we can learn from each other. We can take inspiration from each other, because it's not just me. It's my students. It's the storytellers at the shows I go to. It's the performers. It's the improvisers I will see tonight at the Stupid Good Comedy Show here in Toronto. Everybody's trying, and that is so freaking awesome, because it makes all of our lives richer. So anyways, enough from me. Have a great weekend. Have a fantastic week. Get out there, try something new, try something you know you can do, if only to just get a moment of success, or find out that it didn't go the way you would, and that's a learning lesson as well. Expertise is BS. Experts still screw things up. So take care, be well, be excited, be inspired, be passionate. Take care.